Search for the Leader Coronavirus Daily on any podcast provider to hear more from the podcast. There are a few things that'll get Brits out the house faster than foreign flights for £15, and that's how EasyJet's trying to entice travellers back. You can book now for a bargain price, but you can't fly until Easter 2021. The travel industry has been absolutely floored by coronavirus. Holidays have been cancelled, travel agents are struggling, airlines have gone bust. So can we dare now think about booking a holiday again? Well, travel journalist Simon Calder is here via Skype. Bargain flights, Simon. Is this what we can expect from companies trying to get us back on planes?
Right now, it is for companies like EasyJet, which are just trying to get their booking profile going. So therefore, these are the sorts of fares that we would be expecting anyway in the normal run of things, because of course, the low-cost airlines will sell some seats at effectively below cost. Bear in mind, air passenger duty, £13. Airport fees, that's going to come up to a lot more than £15. But I think what we are seeing now in terms of, hey, everybody get on board, and what we will actually see nearer the time are very, very different. I envisage that we will see a lot less choice, that airlines will keep a lid on capacity, because the best way to force prices up is to not have enough flights, so that you and I will be paying typically 50% more than we were doing at the time of peak mobility, which I measure as 2019. And if I look at the flights that I've been taking over the past 6 months or so from the London airports, just silly prices, £15 quite frequently, going to America and back out to California, £300. I mean, those sorts of prices are great when there's enough people booking late or filling up the front of the aircraft paying high prices, but I don't think that you're going to have those numbers there. So look forward, or anticipate at least, less choice and higher fares.
Kind of get your bargain in just now if you can, I suppose.
Yeah, look, if there's a trip that you particularly want to make and it's a good price, I mean, it's not going to get any cheaper than £15, then go for it. I'm looking at sort of my travelling restarting as soon as possible. I'm simply not booking anything though, because I'm having such a tedious time going through the whole refund business with every company that owes me money. I want to keep that to a minimum, and so therefore I'm not going to start booking until the moment we know that you and I can go to the pub, which would also mean that we could go to an airport. B, the Foreign Office has lifted the advice saying do not travel anywhere abroad. C, there's an airline or a train company or a shipping company that is prepared to take you to your destination. And then fourth, crucially, that destination actually wants you and I to turn up.
Is the travel industry talking about potential dates for reopening yet, or is it too soon for them? Could we be seeing it this year, perhaps later this year?
Let me give you 3 specific dates, and those are TUI, ostensibly saying things will start up again on the 15th of May. I don't hold out much hope for that. It's Britain's biggest holiday company, and I think what they're effectively doing is cancelling effectively in blocks. So I'm expecting an announcement any day now where they say, right, we've now cancelled everything up till the end of May. Another date, P&O Cruises, they are setting off, and I have a booking on this, £700, fantastic value, £50 a night, setting off from Southampton, going to St. Petersburg. A 2-week trip. How fantastic. I think the chances of me actually stepping on board in Southampton are extremely low. And then a third one, which I think is much more realistic, the second biggest package holiday company, which is Jet2, they're saying from the 17th of June, we fully intend to run our normal holiday programme. Now, I'd be very surprised if they managed to offer a normal holiday programme, but it could well be that a miscellany of nations, say maybe Portugal, maybe Greece, maybe Turkey, are saying, actually, we understand that there's still some risk from the coronavirus, but frankly, our economy absolutely depends on tourism. So I'm looking at domestic tourism restarting in the UK sometime in May. Increasingly, it looks like the end of May, and then European travel starting in June. But by the time we actually get back to every single country saying, in you come, we could be talking well towards the end of the year.
For those looking at making a foreign trip whenever that reopens, is it going to be different? Are there going to be new kinds of restrictions? Will it be a different atmosphere?
Great question. It's going to be very, very different. Now, I'm of the school, and I think there's quite a lot of people like me. I did a Twitter survey, and about 40% of people like me. I will be absolutely there at the front of the queue once things restart, and I don't mind if other people are fearful. I'm going to be there. But it will be something very different. It might be that you have widespread social distancing on flights. Now, this is actually a bit ludicrous because you've got 3 seats together, of course, on a narrow-bodied aircraft on either side of the aisle. And the idea is, you leave the middle seat free. That increases the social distancing from 50 centimetres, I've calculated, to 1 metre. Wow. And you've also got somebody less than a metre behind you and ahead of you. So I think that's not going to be a serious goer. There will be huge new cleaning protocols put in, which is actually going to add to the cost of the low-cost airlines because their whole thing is basically you clear up your own mess. We'll have a very quick zhuzh through the cabin during our half-hour turnaround, and then we're off again. That will have an effect. But there's going to be everything along the way is going to be different. I don't think you will be allowed to see me off at Heathrow. I don't think I will be able to welcome you at Gatwick because I think that non-travellers will be kept out of airports in order to reduce the crowds, which of course is going to make the concessionaries howl with anguish at the money that they are losing. There is various talk of various people having to wear masks. The Canadians have basically just said you've got to put on a homemade mask if you're travelling on a plane to, from or within Canada. I don't think that will happen. Some countries will say you need a certificate showing you're coronavirus free before you can come in here. And then there's a whole business of luggage. My strong feeling is that we should all be encouraged to take hand luggage because that reduces one stage of the airport process on the way out, and it means that you don't loiter around at baggage reclaim on the way back. And I think you will even find things such as very, very closely regimented boarding of planes. So I think they may well say, right, row 27, wait for row 27, row 26, and so on, to avoid that sort of crowding. But it's going to feel different. How long it's going to feel different, of course, is way beyond my scope. It will depend on how the epidemic works out, what vaccines are available, whether you and I can get a coronavirus passport saying either we've had a vaccination or we've had COVID-19. So many uncertainties, but we will fly again. It's just never, ever in my lifetime going to be as good as it was immediately before this happened.
Search for the Leader Coronavirus Daily on any podcast provider to hear more from the podcast.